Everybody, and welcome to another match for the Hyperion Invitational Cup. Today, I have Xenon with me. My name is Lissaru, and we have Tempest Typhoon versus Lux Nova.
Yeah, it's looking to be a great game today. Unfortunately, this is a replay as it occurred last night at the same time as our other game, Kaiju. Uh, but should be a very good game coming up.
Absolutely should be Xenon. Completely agree. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Tempest Typhoon and what we're going to be expecting to see. So, Tempest Typhoon today, we've got your normal team here, but I think we've mentioned this before, Xenon. Lemon and Kreia have actually played on a team before, previously known as the Fire Nation. And fun fact, Panda Bear gets paid in bamboo shoots, and then he leaves.
Oh, well, that should be getting paid highly then. One person I'm looking out for tonight is Kreia. He showed excellent potential in his last game where he just would come out of the gates on a pick that shouldn't be working and get 4Ks. So that's definitely the player to watch this match.
Absolutely. Kreia has looked awesome throughout the entire Hyperion Invitational Cup when we've seen him play. Moving on, let's go to Lux Nova. And Lux Nova, if you guys didn't know, the group was actually named after an Eric Whitacre piece of music. This is choral music for anybody not aware. The piece is called Lux Nova, and it changed one of the players' lives. So I thought that was a cool fun fact to share with everybody today.
Dude, I do love myself some Eric Whitacre every now and then. Ryu Kasim, after they did scrim Hyperion Academy actually this past Friday, and I got a chance to see Ryu Kasim and this roster in action. Fortunately, sans Juggle God, but you know they look to be a pretty formidable team of themselves. They're looking to pick up their first win of the season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So this should be a great game tonight. You know, we've got two strong teams matching up. I'm excited to see what we're gonna get to today, but right now let's go ahead and load into our game here. As Xenon mentioned earlier, this is a replay cast, so if there are any issues, please bear with us.
Yeah, we're gonna be going for Ilios this first map, and first map will be Well, a very, very interesting map. A lot of boot potential here. Usually double shield and some kind of spam variant run here.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of double shield on this map. Also, a lot of people looking for boops, as you mentioned, specifically into the well that we see on our screen. It looks like both teams are going to come out with an Orisa, one a double shield version and one with a Roadhog. So I expect Crispy's going to try and look at some of these hooks into the well if he's able to manage it.
Yeah,
Farah's, though, coming out.
Yeah, it's important to see what these Pharahs are doing. They can either be super impactful or get really tunneled on themselves on the side of the map. Looks like we got Dr. Brennan getting kind of caught out there, but he'll get out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Brennan was able to get away, but unfortunately it looked like Ryokusen was really close to taking him out. Kreia, though, is all over Ryokusen here. With...
Oh, that's a massive boop.
Ooh, absolutely massive boop on a Takety Tank. Orisa goes right into the well. This is exactly what we expected here on Ilios well. Farah duels right now going across. Kreia is looking to get Ryokusen down, but both Pharahs have a Mercy, so right now the enemy team on the ground is going to try and make stuff happen on the ground while the Pharahs are in the air battling. Ryokusen does take out Kreia, and it looks like right now we've got, I believe this is Tempest Typhoon up in the lead.
Yeah, they were able to cap the point during this fight. It's still kind of scrappy on the part of Lux Nova, but as
But Ryukisim's doing a lot of work here for Lux Nova. You know, the rock barely misses. Pull almost takes in Yikes right into the well, but right now, ooh, big barrage here from Ryukisim. Does take out Panda Bear. Ryukisim really making it hard for Tempest Typhoon to push in.
Yeah, now it'll be important to see how Kreia uses his barrage, as they will now have to dislodge Tankity Tank and Crispy off of this point.
Ooh,
oh, that's a beautiful
nice
redirect.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Kreia takes out Muggly Wumps as well. Great shot onto Ryukisim, putting Ryukisim out of the range. Nice barrage though from Kreia. Does get two, both tanks, but Staff Drawn on the other end getting two picks as well, and it looks like this point will go to Tempest Typhoon.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit tough for Lux Nova to contest here. They're going to have to build up to a Whole Hog and a Bongo here, and they have a Valk to try to sustain for the next fight. But I'm looking at Tempest Typhoon with 3 ults online and nearly there to the Griffith Flux.
Yeah, Tempest Typhoon is in a really good spot here. The Bongos do come out, but they're able to catch out Staff Drawn. Unfortunately for him, they may not be holding the point, but they definitely have control over it right now, Xeon.
Yeah, it's super hard to try to approach within that, with range to that Bongo. It's the absolute damage.
Here comes Lux Nova. They're ready to push up and take this point from them. So they're going to push right up into, but unfortunately, Kreia gets a massive boot onto Crispy into the well. And a big Flux comes out as well, and I think this is just going to be the end of the fight for Lux Nova.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate boop. You see the Flux being committed there as well to try to just wrap up this fight as quickly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Tempest Typhoon doing a really great job here, holding firm on this point. They have not really balked at anything Lux Nova is pushing at them right now.
Maybe a desperation pick here on the side of Stafftron, going to that Echo. We'll see how it works. I'm worried they're not going to be much presence here on the ground. That's a Hog's committed here.
Yeah, you know, that's a valid concern there, Xenon. And I wonder if it's almost going to be better as long as Stafftron works his butt off here on the Echo. I think it could work out. Barrage comes out though from Kreia. Able to get two, and a counter barrage on the side of Ryukisim. Unfortunately, doesn't find anybody. And it's only Tankity Tank able to touch the point here. But he'll go down soon, along with Crispy. And unfortunately, nobody's able to touch.
Yeah, it was looking kind of close there for the first third of that, but then it just seemed like Tempest Typhoon found their ground, dug in their heels, and were just able to outlast Lux Nova there.
Yeah, absolutely. And fun fact for anybody in chat right now, usually we have a Juggle God featured on Lux Nova here, but Lux Nova unfortunately wasn't able to play Juggle God until towards the end, I think, of this series due to some card troubles.
That's unlucky, but sometimes it happens out that way, and they're going to have to find a way to adapt in this series.
Absolutely. That comes with playing in a team in general. Most teams have more than 6 people, but even then, you know, you find yourselves having to flex a lot.
Now we've got this very interesting Reaper Sombra with an Ana Brig on the side of Lux Nova. Whereas we've got Tempest Typhoon rolling out on like a pure brawl here.
Yeah, very, very much a pure brawl, and a kind of a hybrid dive here. Regular dive tanks with your Sombra Reaper. Usually you see this with a Lucio speed, but I'm interested to see how the Brig and Ana works out well for them instead. Both teams right now on point. Jab is able to get Tankity Tank out of position though, and unfortunately, Lux is now pushing in without their main tank. So I'm interested to see how this is gonna go. To me, it looks like Tempest Typhoon could push on to Lux Nova hard here, but right now they're just chilling and waiting for an opportunity, which worked out for them as Ryukisim goes down. Kreia, though, able to wall him out and is just pushing him back into the corner. And they look a little scared, Xenon.
Yeah, I would be too. Jab Gamer already 93% to his ultimate in just the first fight.
Yeah.
He's putting up some excellent numbers. Watching Tempest kind of flank completely around the point was kind of hard for Lux Nova to deal with. But
absolutely. The Stafftron here on the flank as well, as he sees Jab Gamer and he says, no thank you, I don't want that stun kill, so he'll back up here. But right now, Lux Nova engaging very nicely here. They do have more control on the point in terms of bodies, but Tempest is still holding on to this point. They're not able to really take this point. Ooh, nice tankety tank, nice shatter cancel. We saw Yikes try and pull out the shatter, but unfortunately went down before he was able to use it. Great plays there from Lux Nova, and it looks like this fight is going their direction.
Yeah, it started all on the back of a big anti-nade from Han, which,
Yeah.
you know, this form with the Ana that has the ability, you know, if you get a big anti, that you can just run into the enemy team.
Yeah, great work from Han there, absolutely. Right now, we're just waiting to see if Tempest Typhoon is going to push in main, or if they're going to take another fight. I expect to see, with 5 ults from Lux Nova, an EMP coming up of some kind, probably EMP Blossom. I'm interested to see where this goes, but instead Window comes out first from Tempest Typhoon. Here's the EMP, and there it is, the Blossom to follow. They do take down Kreia, but unfortunately the freeze right in the middle of it was not, I think, what they hoped for, and Takety Take goes down instead. Very nice pick, though, onto Han in the back line, but the front line for Tempest Typhoon is cleaning house here, as all that's left is Crispy, who will use his Diva Bomb. Doesn't really find anybody, but does some damage to Panda Bear's mech. Staftron still alive on point, but goes down, and it's only Crispy and Mugly Wumps, and Dr. Brennan is just doing work cleaning them up in the meantime.
Oh, but they're still holding on to this point desperately, racking up this percentage. Doing a great job of doing so.
Absolutely, and what a massive anti-name from Han again. This man has been insane.
Yeah, I think the beginning of that fight really showcases why it's important to ult first, though. Before the EMP came out, they already had a Window and a Blizzard on field, which really shut down the combo with the EMP. Now it's looking mostly even in terms of ults. Both support ults coming online for Tempest, and we've got Shatter here as well.
Yeah, Yikes with another Shatter. I would like to see how he pulls this one off, and hopefully doesn't try it when he's so low again. The Window is pulled out here from Lemon Pepper, but Lux Nova's just going to avoid it, and that's good plays from them. It also does, however, hold them back, but another huge anti-nade, massive. The Shatter does land. It hits Tankety Tank here, but he's got Primal, and he's ready to just go to town. They see a beat come out in response from Dr. Brennan. However, right now it looks like Tankety Tank is on a roll, ready to take out people, and Ryu Kasem just tells Jab Gamer, you know, this high noon of yours, it ain't happening today.
Oh, that was a beautiful anti, and you just see they were just ready to collapse on that immediately with the Nano Monkey. Even a Shatter couldn't have stopped that one. But they have a Blizzard coming up. This is a very impactful ultimate. They will try to do this again first, I would think, against Lux Nova's EMP Blossom coming up as well.
Yeah, and the Lux Nova does have the EMP Blossom. I almost want to see it without the Mayo. There it is. Very nice follow-up from Staftron, and nice EMP from Ryu Kasem. We go with this map 1-1.
Yeah, that was... I don't know. That seemed... Maybe they weren't quite cognizant at the time, or maybe they were a little bit hesitant running into those two big ultimates. I mean, it's hard to tell from here, but excellent job on Lux Nova either way.
Yeah, they did a really great job that round, really denying Tempest Typhoon's goals that round. I was really impressed. You know, Han with the anti-nades really made a huge difference for Lux Nova there.
Seems like Lux Nova's gonna stick with the team comp that they ran with on Ruins. Oh, changing out Ryu Kasem for the Soldier. And we've got a more pure dive comp coming out on the side of Tempest with a Pharah and Tracer.
Yeah, and you know, what a good decision to trade to Soldier from Sombra for Lux Nova, seeing that Kreia is on this Pharah Mercy with Dr. Brennan as well. And this is exactly what you want to have. You want to have a hit skin that's going to be able to work against Kreia and make sure he can't just do anything once. But unfortunately, Crispy gets a little too close to the edge there, and Kreia knocks him right off with the concussion mine. Great job, Kreia, really taking out the point, as the rest of Tempest Typhoon is just going to continue to follow up and push Lux Nova back.
Yeah, Kreia is just such an impactful player. If he gets into a nice position, it's you rarely see him fail to get value here.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and he's already 60% to Barrage here. While we don't really have ults just yet on either side, oh, and if you notice, Saffron just swapped to the Mei. But while we don't have ults on either side just yet, I do expect that Creo will get this barrage rather quickly and jab as well with the pulse bomb. So I think Tempest Typhoon right now is looking a little better in terms of ult economy, and they're really gonna have to play smartly here to win this fight with this kind of ult economy going up.
For sure, especially with the Mei. I'm confused at looking at what this Mei will do here with the tanks they have currently.
Big pulse bomb right onto Mugglywumps, and it looks like the support line for Lux Nova is down thanks to Jab Gamer. Nice plays there. Staftron is able to take out the monkey for Yikes, and Ryukusim also able to take out Kreia. So now all they need to focus is Panda Bear and Jab Gamer here if they're able to, but you know, not enough of Lux Nova on point really to get much done after that.
But Lux Nova was able to cap the point and get an additional 16%, which...
It looks like Mugglywumps really wanted to try and get that extra percentage there, but just didn't quite make it.
Oh, now they're starting to get stagger kills out of the spawn, but having that extra 16% could mean an additional fight coming at the end closer to the end of this round.
Yeah, absolutely it could. Right now, Lux Nova looking to push in again. We've got 3 ults though again from Tempest Typhoon, and we do have some ults coming up for Lux Nova this time. They're coming up on 3. They do take out Jab Gamer early. That's a massive pick, but Tank goes right off the map, unfortunately. I'm not sure if that was due to Kreia's conk mine or unfortunate error. But Lux Nova's going in anyway. They're ready to use these ults. They do take down Dr. Brennan here. Yikes, though, is able to get Han. Kreia goes down. This is looking the way of Lux Nova if they can take out Jab Gamer.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Ryukusim still able to close out the fight with that Nano Visor despite his main tank going down early. And despite Kreia's barrage doing a great job of finding the targets and the picks they needed.
Right, and you know, Xenon right now we've got 94% for Tempest Typhoon and 34% for Lux Nova, so they're gonna have to hold on to this really well, but Jab Gamer's already ahead of that, does throw out the pulse bomb, which doesn't find anybody, but Kreia's still in the back line, right in this window from far, and the anti-nade from Lemon Pepper right onto the Lux Nova's core of the team is just massive for them. The Mei Freeze comes out here, but Barrage is ready to clean up on point, and you know, the good Diva Eat from Crispy Defense Matrix is able to catch a lot of it, but the damage is done, and this point is going back to Tempest Typhoon. And now Lux Nova's game is, can we touch in time once this point is gapped?
See, they're still stalling.
I say that.
Which is promising. They still got Han out there.
But Lux Nova's here.
Han is still healing from the outside. And Kreia gets trapped inside with the bomb.
I spoke too soon. You know, Tempest Typhoon was up in numbers here, but Lux Nova was able to make it back before the point swapped, and they will keep onto this point, keep holding it, now 85%.
Yeah, Staftron also switching back to this Sombra. They have a nano boost and nearly close to that visor. And we've got 2 tank ultimates coming up on the side of Tempest to see if they can cap this point.
Big hook, big hack right onto Jab Gamer, does take him down with Han, and nice follow-up nade. We see Diva Bomb come out, doesn't find anybody, but Crispy is able to push out Lemon Pepper, Tempest Typhoon. This fight could go either way. We do have a res on a Jab Gamer, very nice res from Dr. Brennan, and this is neck and neck. You know, Xenon, we're 95, 99. Can Lux Nova touch this point before it hits 100%? I don't
Jab
think
Gamer
so.
looking.
No, that is so unfortunate. That was a very close round for both teams.
Absolutely, that was edge of your seat right there. That was a great round of Overwatch. Definitely, both teams probably going to be at each other's throats for the rest of this game if things keep up at this.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight again, that was some massive anti-nades from Han on the Ana. Really enabled Lux Nova to do a lot of work onto Tempest Typhoon and make sure they couldn't get much done. And in the meantime, everybody, we're going to go to a quick short break while we get into our next replay code, and we will be back with you shortly.
And welcome back to this match against Tempest Typhoon and Lux Nova. We've had an exciting map on Ilios, went 2-1 for Tempest. And our next map is Havana. What are you looking forward here, Unless?
You know, we saw Havana in the Kaiju Core Clover versus, oh gosh, Paradise Aegis. I said that all wrong. Paradise Aegis yesterday. And again, I'll say it like I said last night. I expect to see maybe some double shield, but definitely some brawl, possibly some Widow duels, which can be exciting. I could go. There's lots of options on Havana, but there's a lot of long sight lines that are really conducive to double shield and snipers.
Absolutely. And they have the chance for this close spawn hold here on the first point to try to get some extra time at the very beginning and maybe transition over to a double shield or stay with the brawl until second point. Uh, and
And we're gonna go right into Havana here. Looks like we've got Tempest Typhoon on attack. We'll see Lux Nova defending this time.
yeah, it looks like they're showing that double shield with a Widow Torbjorn. Doesn't look like they're going to be going for that spawn hold, but I would love to see what Ryukin can pull off on this Widow here. On the other end, we've got this weird Ball Diva comp. Nope, Monkey Diva with Genji Tracer. A very traditional dive.
Yeah, very
set in the
traditional. Double shield on the other end. This dive comp is very honest Xenon. I mean, and it's good. It's good except that they're going up against double shield, and I'd like to see if they're able to dive successfully and really pull apart the defenses that Lux Nova is setting up.
Yeah, I'm also going to be looking out for Kreia and his blades out here. Nano blades can be a definite team fight turning ultimate.
Yeah, absolutely. Early pull coming out right onto Kreia. He's got the deflect, so they're just going to be all over Tankity Tank. This is some good fighting from the DPS on Tempest Typhoon. The dive comes in though. They are trying to force out Tankity Tank here and really push him either back or take him out. And ooh, but Yikes misses the jump. He is still alive, which is good for him. But Ryukin has a nice kill on a Jab Gamer and helps Daftron kill out Lemon Pepper, and that's gonna be hard.
Oh.
Ooh, beautiful shot though from Ryukin right onto Kreia.
I got scared there.
Fighting.
I got scared there for Tankity Tank. He turned around to fight this Tracer and he got jumped in the back by Yikes. That's a very dangerous thing to do, especially where he's holding. It seems like he's wide-angling that corner a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryukin looking for a nice headshot here. Does hit Jab Gamer, but not enough to really do much. Instead, we see Tempest change out to a Brawl comp instead of Dive. A very standard Brawl here with the Mei. Pushing again, right in. Immortality Field comes out early, but the Mei wall is also up. Both Immortalities feel out, and they are really working Tankity Tank here. They want to make sure this man goes down. Unfortunately, Tankity Tank's able to get Kreia. Right now, the Brawl isn't doing much against this double shield. They're having to pull back as Daftron throws Molten Core right onto their feet, making it hard for them to even push in. And instead, I think Tempest is going to have to back up here.
Yeah, Jab Gamer once again putting out a great performance though in that fight, getting 80%. He just switched to that Hanzo. Definitely going to be looking forward to his dragons here, but they really don't have anything else coming up. They still have a Bongo and Flux on the side of Lux Nova and a Rally coming up as well. Looking kind of dangerous here for Tempest to kind of push into.
Yeah, there's definitely some ults that could work well for Tempest Typhoon if they really want to break up the double shield from Lux Nova. Lux Nova doing a great job though holding this point. We will see Arisabongos come out. Crispy's able to take out Jab Gamer, and again we see Yikes pushing right onto the tanks of Lux Nova. Not able to get much done unfortunately, so he'll go back. But Kreia's doing some work, has taken out Torbjorn, and what a massive pull rock there. The Accretion Rock is able to really do a lot of damage, and the rest of Lux Nova able to follow up nicely. What a way to stop the momentum that Tempest Typhoon had just found.
You really don't see that combo too often. It's very interesting when it works out. Good thinking on the side of Lux Nova. Great out-of-the-box way to kind of stop the momentum of Tempest Typhoon. That being said, Tempest Typhoon have built up a fair bank of ultimates for this fight.
Yes, they have. Window coming out first, but the Flux will make them and pull them right away. Beat, though. Nice beat from Dr. Brennan here. I'm sorry, Lemon Pepper. Nice beat. Both support ults, oh, I see. I'm sorry, Tempest is going to use all of their ults, but they are making it work. They are now pushing this cart, and only Snaptron is going to attempt to touch and get taken out immediately.
You know, Tempest pressed Q, and Tempest won the fight. Imagine that.
Imagine that, but they do have Krea's May ult.
Yep, Ryukasim is going to swap over to that Junkrat now while we're in this more interior section, but they're going to stay with the double shield.
Oh, another ult coming out from Tempest Typhoon. Looks like they are going to get some work out of this. This is a nice stagger kill. Unfortunately, Lux Nova was not all there. And they're going to try and use Snaptron's Molten Core follow up, but all it does is keep Tempest Typhoon from aggressing into this side that they're holding. It's not unfortunately going to help stop the cart.
It was hard to see there. Krea actually walled off the door. The Molten Core was coming through. They weren't able to get that spread across the entire room and get that space they wanted with it. So yeah, they're just going to get tons of free space on the second point, but Ryukasim's able to find Jab Gamer as they push in to try to contest.
Yeah, and this is a beautiful flank from Ryukasim here. This is going to make life very hard. And the flank Brig, great job, Muggly You really followed up with your Junkrat, and they're going to continue to push Tempest Typhoon back now. This is a good regroup from Lux Nova, and they're able to get a lot done with it.
Once again, coming up with these creative ways to break the momentum of Tempest Typhoon. Flank Junkrat, flank Brig, just able to finally push them off the cart. It did get a fair way through second point to the... I'm looking at maybe one and a half actual fights here.
From Hanzo Dragons, from Jab Gamer. The team is split up, but nobody does go down as Jab Gamer gets low instead. Unfortunately, Hanzo Dragons didn't find, I think, as much as they wanted. But the Shatter does find both supports on Lux Nova. They'll go down. I'm sorry. Very nice Immortality Field to keep Han alive here. Still very low, unfortunately, but Lux Nova, wow. All because of that Immortality Field, he's able to stay alive and help his team win that fight that didn't look so winnable.
Han is a wizard. I will point it out that way. No way that man lives without some kind of dark entity behind him helping him out. I don't know. That was insane. And Crispy coming out with the amazing Gravitic Flux. Just absolutely swinging the fight back over in Lux Nova's favor. And it's looking close to final fight here for Tempest Typhoon.
It is looking like the final fight. We have Ryukasim with a tire. This could be a game changer for Lux Nova if they use it in a smart way here. Tempest Typhoon is just trying to get onto this point and hold it. Ryukasim, though, already taking out Krea, but Jab Gamer's up in the high ground making this hard. Instead, Ryukasim is just going to take out Yikes immediately by ulting right in front of him. Bomb not going to find anybody but Hanzo, Immortality Field. Ryukasim, though, is still picking off members of Tempest Typhoon. The freeze comes out for Lux Nova. Snaptron able to get a lot done with that freeze and the help with the rest of his team. And this is going to be a fight win here for Lux Nova.
What a pick by Ryukasim. Krea was 93% to her his Blizzard. If he got that off, we might be going to a 0.3 here for Tempest. But that initial pick just completely changed the momentum immediately right off the bat.
Yeah, it absolutely did. It made Tempest Typhoon's aggression slow down by so much that Lux Nova was able to capitalize on that and actually get a good bit of work done.
Now, I want to see Tempest Typhoon try to come out with a spawn hold to maybe try to make the most out of this 0.1 distance. If they can hold for 1 or 2 fights, I think that's worth it by the time they get to the end of the point. They'll have another contest, and they'll be in a very strong position for the rest of the round.
Yeah, that's a really great spot to hold. Right, this is a great point to say, this is winnable. We can push that far. So as long as Lux Nova is really bringing it with their attack here, this could easily go their way.
Yep, Jab Gamer coming out on that sim. A pick that we've seen him have a lot of success with in the past. On the other end, we've got a double bubble with double sniper on the side of Lux Nova. I'm not sure this will be able to break through a close hold, but we shall see what they do.
You know, I'm interested to see that as well. Normally, you don't find that dive comps are going to do great against a close hold. It really depends on how focused the team is together, how coordinated these dives are. Tempest Typhoon pushing right up to Lux Nova with a big Mei wall to catch out Mugly Wumps and part of the other team. So they've already down their main support here with Kreia on the other side. Ryukusim, I'm sorry, on the other side with the Widow sniping. We also have Stafftron over there looking to get some damage from the Pharah here.
Yeah, I like these switches so far over to the pharmacy. Unfortunately, Ryukusim is going to fall to Jab Gamer. But
Yeah,
lots of damage coming
Stafftron's
out
able
from Stafftron.
Yeah, lots of damage, and he is able to take out these sim turrets, which I think right now has been a priority for him so that his team can actually get out. But he almost goes down. Is he able? Oh, unfortunately, Jab Gamer is able to get the last hit on him, and Stafftron goes down. Jab Gamer, though, almost has a window here. I'm sorry, wall.
Yeah, it looks like Lux Nova's having a tough time breaking through this hold, finding an answer for Jab Gamer's sim. They're able to move around so well around the spawn doors.
Yeah, they are. Unfortunately, Kreia does catch out Mugly Wumps. Are they able to push from here? We've got a nice flank from, I think, Jab Gamer. No, I'm sorry, he's in the back line. So right now, Lux Nova's having a hard time getting out of spawn. And they're continuing to try and swap up the comp and make it work.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see them swap comps here instead of going with ults.
See both tank ults come out here. We've got a grab from Crispy and a shatter from Yikes. Neither ult really finds much work except for Yikes is able to help his team secure some kills. Beat does come out, very big beat from Lemon Pepper. If Lux Nova can't push through this beautiful close hold from Tempest Typhoon, this is gonna be a rough next 2 minutes.
Yeah, they've got less than 2 minutes left here. It's very concerning, especially because they've only got one real ult up. We've got the wall and the blizzard coming out for Tempest Typhoon. They could comfortably hold this next push as well.
Yeah, they absolutely could. And we do have the barrage, so if this is set up well, they're able to make it work. But Kreia, able to get out the freeze first. Stafftron denies it though. Beautiful, I believe that was Panda Bear, flew right into Stafftron's face and is able to get him to kill himself, which you love to see. This is an even fight right now. This could go either way, but Tankity Tank goes down. I think Lux Nova's just gonna have to pull back once again.
Yeah, but those picks are still walking back from spawn. If they might be able to press their advantage early and take a advantage fight in terms of numbers here, they're just kind of idling there on the right side of the map, however.
Yeah, they are. But you know what? Look at this big team swap. They've gone from dive to the brawl. And we've got Mugly Wumps with a very nice transcendence here, able to help this team a little bit, but unfortunately not enough to save Tankity Tank as they go down. This is going the way of Tempest Typhoon.
Yeah, I don't know if the synergy's here or what's happening, but maybe it's the running with the double bubble so long. I feel like the Reinhardt might have been the better pick here from the beginning.
Yeah, and I'll definitely agree with you on that part. It was the better pick from the beginning. Both Maywalls though coming out, and Yikes lands a nice shatter. Yikes for Lux Nova, unfortunately. Jab Gamer able to just clean up from that shatter. It was a beautiful combo there. And Xenon, I think the biggest issue I'm seeing from Lux Nova right now is they are not nearly as coordinated as Tempest Typhoon in their combos and then their holds. Very nice touch though from Ryukusim. He won't stay alive for long, but he will get that touch and keep it alive for his teammates to possibly turn it around.
Yeah, but it just seems like a lost fight at this point. They've got one person on point at any given time, walking back from spawn. Big wall by Kreia to kind of make them take the long way around, and that will be Tempest Typhoon full holding Lux Nova on Havana point 1.
Massive full hold there, Xenon. And you know, again, Tempest was really coordinated in their brawl comps against Lux Nova. And I think that was the undoing of Lux Nova. It's not that they weren't coordinated, it's just that they weren't coordinated fast enough. And Tempest was really great at finding outliers or any mistakes and really capitalizing on that.
Absolutely. Just it seemed like, especially in their attack, Tempest, maybe it's their brawl that's the strongest out of this, and you might be able to find a weak point in their other comps double shield dive. But we are going straight in to King's Row here, a brawl heavy map, just as I talk about that.
Very brawl heavy map, and Xenon, maybe Tempest has the better brawl, and I'd love to see how each team fares against each other on King's Row here.
Absolutely. Are we getting trolled here?
No.
Coming out with a double shield here. Double shield and double bubble.
They're serious about it.
Okay.
And you know what? If you really don't believe that your brawl is as good, maybe you run double shield, but at the same time, we've got
Also,
Tempest Typhoon running a dive. A double bubble dive.
Double bubble with Kreia on that Doomfist that he's shown in the past.
This is an interesting comp. Oh, they do swap to brawl though. Okay.
And yep, they're going with the classic run at them with an A and just try to hit them in the face as hard as they can comp.
Fully understand their decision making on Lux Nova though. If you held as well as you did on Havana for as long as they did on point A, why not continue to do what works well for you? Maywall doesn't find anybody, but it does cut off the damage from Tempest as they're able to kind of circle around. They're going to try and out-rotate Lux Nova here.
Yeah, rotations are the name of the game when you're playing Brawl into a double shield, especially on Kings. These rotations will decide which team takes the point, and they're going to rotate all the way behind point.
They are. Does Lux Nova know? It doesn't. It looks like they may not know. Well, Staftron definitely knows. Lux Nova is aware, and they're not going to be able to catch him off guard. Are they able to do enough damage, though, before they get a pick with the Brawl? Yes, Staftron is able to take out Dr. Brenner, but Jab Gamer is ready for it.
Yeah, I think one of the dangerous things is that Tempest Typhoon let Lux Nova. I got that flipped around. Lux Nova let Tempest Typhoon get on top of them.
They did, but it looks like they're going on top. They're ending this fight on top, however, and that worked out well for them. We did see a couple picks come through from Tempest Typhoon. However, it wasn't enough to really break up the double shield defense here.
Very interesting, as Lux Nova is able to find that in a brawl with the double shield comp.
And when you've got a lot of ults coming up from Lux Nova, you can tell double shield really works well for them. We've got a Flux coming out now from Crispy. Does get, looks like 6 people there. Immortality Field comes out, and Window subsequently comes out to try and negate some of this damage, but Ryukasim, not afraid of this window, is going to sit right in front of it, and Jackhammer takes him out. Unfortunately, Ryukasim did a lot of work there, and he will get taken out by all that extra damage boosting.
Yeah, they invested a lot of ults that fight, but Bob did in fact do something, and was able to secure that fight with 2 kills, I think I counted.
Yeah. I expect Han will probably use his Baptiste window here. High Noon, though, comes out for Jab Gamer and Kreia with his freeze. We see Jab Gamer getting some nice picks here. Tankity Tank, though, in the back. I himself, Mr. Evil Toaster here. Tankity Tank, bongos go down, and he's just gonna right-click into into Tankity Tank, and it does the damage he needed. Staftron goes out. Jab Gamer is doing so well here, popping off for Tempest Typhoon, and they are gonna take this point.
I think that played better in his head. I think he wants that bongo back, but it was a valiant attempt. Tankity Tank. Good effort.
It was a valiant attempt at a bongo, Evil Toaster bongo, mind you, Xenon, and the Typhoon is gonna push up with this brawl, try and take as much space as they can, and see if they can catch anybody out, and they do. They get Ryukasim, and it looks like Peya, who is in now, is also maybe gonna go down? No,
it looks like he's just gonna stay behind the corner and get re-healed up. And they've got both tank ups and window coming up as well.
Ooh. Okay, we're gonna see the bomb usage from Paya to remech. You know, and this looks like it might have been worth it. As the shatter lands, gets 4. It's a big shatter. Are they able to capitalize on it, or is this defense for Double Shield gonna be too strong? Immortality Field though blocks the Junkrat tire, and so does Paya's mech. Unfortunately for Staftron, not able to get much done, but Tempest Typhoon is having to worry about Lux Nova from the front and the back, and right now that's not looking so great for them. Crispy lives at 1 health against Jab Gamer. Whew, thank God for your supports.
Yeah, this is a very interesting fight with the core of Lux Nova staying in that pub area. They will be able to clean up this fight, but look where the cart is. They've got, if they lose one fight, that cart's gonna push all the way to 3. We've got.
If they
both?
lose one fight, it may push to 2. Is that what you meant?
2, thank you.
I was like, wow. What a prediction. Tempest Typhoon though pushing right in. They're gonna put the Mei wall up to negate this damage from the double shield. Is now they're gonna have to kind of re-rotate around main. But Jab Gamer looking for a nice flank. This is exactly what they wanted. Tempest Typhoon was ready, pushing them into the backline, seeing if they could catch them off guard with a high noon, out of position from the rest of Tempest Typhoon. And here it comes. It is high ground. We'll find Han, but it took a little too long to do, and Lux Nova is able to get a res and some other kills in the meantime. So Lux Nova, great plays there. You negated exactly what Tempest wanted to do.
Yeah, Staftron going a bit aggressive here on this Tempest Typhoon, trying to get them as they retreat. Not able to get anything.
He may not get picks, but he did get his tire.
Yeah, that's very important. They've got Tyre and Bob coming up here. But Tempest Typhoon has Shatter and Blizzard left. This will be very important to decide who wins this next fight.
Oh no. I don't know if he expected them there or if that was just an accidental button press, but Shatter comes out from Yikes, finds nobody. Tyre also only finds Paya's mech. Beat though, beat is really important since you're trying to survive through this fight. Probably not something they wanted to use early on, but it's something you gotta use when you gotta use it. Instead, they'll continue to hold points as it's moved further back. Window does come out, but the rest of the double shield comp is pushing up now, ready to really force this brawl comp back.
Yep, it's very interesting. It still seems a little bit iffy on both sides, though Staftron and Han getting those picks might have swung it back in their favor. They've got less than 20 seconds to try to get back on this cart before the timer ends, and we'll be going to we'll be swapping sides here.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like they could get the touch if they start moving.
Yeah.
Oh, they will get the touch, but the flux from Crispy pulls them right up into the air. Immortality Field out and down immediately. And Tempest Typhoon already looking a little low. If Lux Nova plays this smart and they do take out Kreia, they're going to be able to hold this right here. It really depends on how coordinated they are, how much they work for this, and you know, we're seeing a lot of Lux Nova's ults coming out, and this is exactly what they need to continue and hold this fight here.
Yeah, Lux Nova just cleaning this up.
Very nice hold.
They had all the cues coming into this fight. It would be very difficult for Tempest Typhoon to actually make something work there, but we shall see. Yeah. Last time we saw Tempest get held on second, they then full held first. So we shall see what happens on this time around.
Yeah, we will see. And I'll say this, Havana is a great map for close holding right up to the spawn, but King's Row is not great for that. So while they could get full held with this choke onto first point, it's going to be harder for Tempest Typhoon to make that work. Now, Lux Nova has also shown us that they are great at this double shield defense. And what I want to see from them now, how can they be aggressive on their attack? Are they going to, they are going to do the double shield. Interesting.
They're doing the Hyperion special, it looks like. The Sim Bastion. Oh, don't switch on me now.
I want to see the TP right up onto the...
Top of the statue.
Right up onto the... Yeah, that's right. Right on the statue.
On the other end, we've got...
I think they're going to commit to it.
Yeah? Yeah, it looks... Maybe it looks like it. On the other side, we've got a more traditional brawl with a Sim instead of a Kree. Trying to get that TP quickly back to the first point to try to speed up their spawns. Very useful, especially in those stalling fights, and Luxnova will be rolling out on this, which I am very excited to see.
Yeah, I am excited to see it as well. How well are they able to get this done? Now, Tempest Typhoon knows that the sim worked really well against their defense before. There it is, Bastion right up on the statue with the Sigma Shield, making it difficult for Tempest Typhoon to really push forward and do any damage to this Bastion with a Mercy Pocket from Mugly Wumps. Very nice setup here. This is exactly what we expected when we saw this comp. And they're going to push right onto Stafftron, which is the smart thing to do. When you can't hit this Bastion, you just push right onto the enemy team with the speed. And they do have that Lucio, so they can make this work, but Ryukasim still up there, taking out the rest of Tempest Typhoon, and this is just aim training right here for Ryukasim.
Yeah, they tried to make something happen there onto Stafftron, and they ended up getting a pick, but they traded out Yikes. And when you lose that shield against the Bastion, it's very difficult to do anything, as you just get dissected by it. They're going to go over to a Pharah now to try to spam out the Bastion, assuming they stick with it. Stafftron switches over to a Torb. So
I expect they'll keep this Bastion since he's 95% old.
yeah, and they're going to switch full over to Pirate Ship.
Looks like shield doesn't quite go where Tankity Tank was expecting, but Luxnova looking good right now on this attack. Kreia right down from Ryukasim. The window does come out though. Dr. Brennan really trying to help his team, but this is double shield. It has to go faster. It has to have way more coordinated attacks, and instead, Ryukasim is just able to melt through their team as a Bastion does.
A big problem is Kreia doesn't have a Mercy in the air to try to keep him alive, so he's kind of a sitting duck up there. It's just the floating targets and aim labs. I mean, Ryukasim can hit this all day, and they're cruising
Absolutely.
straight up.
We see an early ult though coming out from Bastion. Is he able to find anybody? He's just trying to keep them off the point, and it looks like this might be what they need. Oh, does take out Yikes on the Winston here, and he's just gonna set up and make it hard for the rest of his team to do much. Rest of Tempest Typhoon to do much. Does take out two, but Kreia is on point, and he'll go down as soon as Bastion wakes up from that nap he just had. Now, can they take out Peya? They don't need to. Torb Turret got 3 in the background, and that map is King's Row gonna go to Luxnova.
That was a very dominant push by Luxnova. It didn't seem like Tempest had much of an answer for the Sim Bastion on first, and then when they transitioned to Pirate Ship, got dismantled after the Arch, there wasn't really much they could have done afterwards.
No, not really much you can do. If you make one mistake against that comp, that point is lost unless you're just able to really aggress onto it for a great stall point here. Unfortunately, we did see Tempest Typhoon make a couple of mistakes in that early fight against the Bastion on top of that statue, and that just made sure that they could not hold point A.
Yeah, very tough situation, but I believe we were going for a short break here.
Yep. And
Yep.
we will see you on our next map here right after a short break. Hey there, welcome back, everybody. We're going into our third map here on Hanamura with Xenon again. Uh, Xenon, a little bit about King's Row last map. We found out that Crispy on the Diva here was able to get 22. I'm sorry, on the Sigma with the double shield comp was able to get 22 objective kills, which is great numbers for Lux Nova.
Yeah, it seemed like he had just such a point presence. Anytime he was alive, there was a danger of just someone getting picked on the side of Tempest Typhoon and the fight swinging over. Great job on him. That's what you would want in an off tank.
Absolutely agree. For now, though, we're going to go right into our next map, which I believe is Hanamura. Map 4 2CP. I expect to see some more double shield, Xenon.
I also expect to see a Symmetra, which they're hovering too. Interesting to see the Symmetra on the defense.
You know what? It's been working well for them, and it doesn't surprise me that they're going to continue to try it.
Absolutely, and they get that wonderful TP from the coast side of spawn, just straight to point.
Yeah, we do see that. They're going to set up a TP kind of, looks like maybe main here. 2
Are they
point.
going back to point?
Yeah, just for a quick change between holding close into the choke and holding back, because as you can tell, Lux Nova does have this Symmetra, and they're probably going to do the same thing. TP right onto point.
Yep.
And right now, it looks like they're trying to set up for that. They are able to TP. It goes right above the point, but Jab is able to take out 2 with these very nicely set up sim turrets. And Lux Nova's push is over before it started.
Yeah, they are running the double shield with that sim, which you're closing the distance awfully quickly, and it's almost like you're bringing yourself to the arms of this Reinhardt and Symmetra and Mei, and they just, hug you with death and damage.
Hug you with death and damage, indeed. We do see some team swaps here, though, from Lux Nova.
Yeah, this is a lot more spammy, a lot more indicative of double shield. They're going to try to just whittle down Tempest Typhoon and slowly chip their way into the first point.
Yeah, they are, and you know what? I expected to see more Junkrat from the defense side, but it's nice to see somebody pulling out Junkrat, even if it's from attacking team. Staftron's got the right idea here. Diva Mech already almost down from Panda Bear. Not enough bamboo shoots, I think. But Ryukasim is following up kind of on the side here, poking in, seeing what kind of damage he can do. Maybe he can kill a Squishy. In the meantime, rest of Lux Nova on this double shield are rotating, seeing what they can do and who they can catch out, if anybody. And they're going to push right up the point against this brawl. Symmetrimal, though, comes right out from Jab Gamer with a Baptiste window. That's a lot of damage right onto Lux Nova, and I don't think they were prepared for it.
Yeah, that's just two very powerful ultimates. Tankety Tank made the drop in front of the brawl and just got punished.
But unfortunately, like, Yikes put his shield down right when Lemon Pepper was stuck in a Junkrat trap at 5 health and goes down from Ryukasim. Ryukasim, well, good follow-up. You know, if you're not paying attention, the bar is going to come in and wreck your stuff. So, Immortality Field comes out, but amazing follow-up from Ryukasim. That won them the fight here and the point.
That was looking like a lost fight for Lux Nova.
It was, but then Kreia walks in with this freeze, and he's going to shut out as many of the members of Lux Nova as he can, but they're just kind of ignoring it. Ryukasim, aware of the problem, though, is going to try and take out the TP as Yikes goes right down. This is still going to stay in Lux Nova's favor, and unfortunately for Tempest Typhoon, we did see some ult usage that maybe they want back.
Yeah, I was really looking at that Blizzard for point 2. That's a very good way to stop the snowball that Lux Nova is going to have. They have another 4 ults, 5 ults coming up here really soon.
Panda really hates, able to catch out Mugglywumps. I was going to say he's using it just for the remech, but you know what? It's not just for the remech if you get a kill. Early Immortality Field, though, comes out for Tempest Typhoon. I'm not sure if it was necessarily needed, but Lux Nova does have 6 ults coming up here, and we've only got 2 on the side of Tempest Typhoon. So this is looking very much in the favor of Lux Nova.
Lux Nova, they're taking their time getting in position here. They might be able to... They might have Tempest Typhoon collapsing on them right here. We'll see.
Yeah, but, you know, Double Shield doesn't necessarily want to play super far up. Are they ready for the flank Reinhardt? Yes, they are. Nice trap there from Ryukasim. Ready for the flank. Mugglywump's able to get the res, and this is already going the way of Lux Nova. Are they going to be able to take this point fast enough? Is Tempest Typhoon going to be able to stagger this as long as they can? Or is this just going to be a 3-minute cap from Lux Nova? It's looking that way.
Yeah, I was going to say there has to be magic from Kreia, but he just gets directed by Ryukasim. That's going to be a 3-minute, 7-second time bank for Lux Nova.
And props to Ryukasim from really doing well at capitalizing on the moments where the enemy team, in this case Tempest Typhoon, messes up.
Absolutely.
Because that won them fights.
Absolutely. Tempest Typhoon turned completely for that sim wall window combo and tore apart Lux Nova's front line. But Ryukasim was just able to crawl in back, rip apart their back line, and just gut Tempest Typhoon's point A defense, and that kind of snowballed into the second point here.
Yep, exactly right. The snowball is real, and they didn't even have a May.
Yeah, I would also roll straight through with another attempt at fire here if I was Ryukasim. He is just popping off here.
He absolutely is. And, you know, as we said earlier with Staftron and Junkrat being popular on Hanamura, now you're on defense, and this is where Junkrat is really strong. Tempest Typhoon, though, going to come in again with the Sim TP and see if that works for them.
Yeah, it looks like you just switch the comps around. They didn't really change much between attack or defense. They're just going to see what sticks.
Yeah, they're going to see what sticks, and we'll see if anything sticks. Tempest Typhoon looked like they are ready to push in. Jab Gamer, they're already pushing right side of this choke point here. TP right to point. I think Lux Nova already knows it. As you can tell, they are holding further back, but instead they're going to TP up to this little high ground. I'm not sure if that's exactly where they intended it. Yep. But they're, very big pick onto Dawn Super from Ryukasim and onto Jab Gamer. Ryukasim is popping off on this map. This is looking great for Lux Nova. This is a great first push, or I'm sorry, first defense. This is what you want.
Absolutely. Getting 3 picks right off the bat and 63% ult charge as Pharah. That is what you want. And Kreia is going to try to match this. Wonder if we will see the Mercy coming out here. I would hope so. There we
there
go.
comes.
Lemon Pepper.
We're gonna have some Pharmercy v Pharmercy duels here. Ryukasim though, does see it coming, looks like. He's gonna try and immediately take on Kreia, whose Mercy is only very slightly behind. The rest of Tempest Typhoon though is looking to aggress on while the rest of them aren't looking. Maybe take away Ryukasim's attention from the ground and put it onto Kreia so they can actually get the point. Right now though, not looking like that's gonna happen with Panda Bear out of mech. So, you know, pushing high ground, they use the early immortality field as they get really low, but they're pushing in with a mega, so this could work in their favor. But Kreia is flanking around back, trying to catch anybody in Lux Nova out of position here. Doesn't really find anybody, unfortunately. But Ryukasim, I'm not sure if he knows exactly where Kreia is. He's kind of hiding right above him. And it looks like he's either trying to ignore him completely and help the rest of his team. Oh, here it is. Now he knows. Tempest Typhoon still in this fight. Don Super is able to take out Han, but does get rezzed by Mugglywumps, which is great res. Barrage comes out from Ryukasim, but Kreia denies it. Stafftron, though, able to take out the front line with Yikes and Panda Bear. This is why Junkrat is so strong, these small corners. We see the Bongo come out, but that was really useful for Lux Nova.
Stafftron logging the hours onto Cool Math Games with that one. Able to put up the damage to clean up Tempest Typhoon. That fight went on longer than they wanted. A lot of time was bled, and they're gonna keep running with this comp. The half spam with a brawl core, which is very interesting.
Yeah, and shout out there, Mr. Cool Math Games Cannon from Team Clover. Jab Gamer though, gonna TP to this top area with the Reaper. Stafftron on top of it with this tire. He's trying to get to the far, and he does get to her, but is the Mercy gonna be able to res? Doesn't look like Stafftron's expecting it. Something I would expect unless the Mercy's already down. There it is, res right onto the Pharah. Don Super though, caught out of position. Ryukasim able to get some work done, even with this Pharah res. Are they gonna be able to do enough? No, they're not. Kreia does have a barrage, but and he will use it. I was gonna say, but it may not be helpful with the rest of his team already down. Captron getting a massive 2 conch mine kill right at the end.
Yeah, and they have a Tempest has a Valk and a bomb going into this, compared to the Window and Gravitic Flux on the side of Lux Nova, and they've got about 30 seconds left. This is going to be their last attempt to take this point A. We've already got the Dragon Ball Z episode happening with the 2 Pharahs.
Yes, we do, and it looks like even Jab Gamer is trying to help, but very nice snipe shot from Kreia right onto Mugglywumps. They have no mercy in this game, no res. This might be the best position that Tempest Typhoon can be into. We've got some ults coming out from Tempest Typhoon. They don't really find anybody. We see a res come out, but Ryukasim finally goes down. Kreia gets caught into the flux, which Yikes is just right on top of, but now we see the Sigma v Sigma with Crispy and Yikes here. Yikes is Crispy being the only one that could really touch point, and this goes straight to Tempest Typhoon.
Yeah, Kreia and Jab Gamer just able to disassemble slowly but surely Lux Nova, as they are going to try to roll into second point. Not much on the board in terms of ultimates. Lux Nova is going to have 3-4 come up here for them, but Tempest Typhoon, a Death Blossom, a Window, and a Barrage. We shall see what they turn that into as they try to push down main.
Yeah, we will see. But Ryukasim has the barrage first, and it looks like he is just waiting for them. Yep, he's actually going to go around back and barrage right here. Does find Don Super. Smartly, we see the Reaper fade away and is able to take out Ryukasim. Unfortunately, those shots just didn't hit directly as he wanted. Ooh, but Mugglywumps with the nice super jump on the Mercy does get away, and Stafftron, in the meantime, with Crispy's help, is able to finish off the front line of Tempest Typhoon.
Yeah, Stafftron working really well to try to fill the gap whenever Lemon Pepper gets caught out here.
Ooh, he pulled out the pistol. He was really trying against this. When you get caught out, you just pull out the pistol, but unfortunately it did not work in his favor.
Yeah, but it seems like if you take out the Ryukasim, who's been giving Tempest so much trouble throughout this game, Stafftron's just able to step up and get the picks that matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially on Hanamura, it's 2 CP in general. That'll win games.
And he will switch over to this soldier. A little bit better to combat this Pharah, but
Barrage
he
comes
gets
out.
taken out immediately.
And Correa looks like he accidentally took himself out with the positioning there on that barrage. Maybe hit the windowsill there. It does get rezzed up by Lemon Pepper. Very nice res. And he is back in this fight, trying to make it hard for Lux Nova to really push in and push back Tempest Typhoon. Muggly Wumps is alive. Does that? Ooh, Jab Gamer. Massive Death Blossom. Right into the Sigma Flux. This is looking like a cap from Tempest Typhoon. They do have Stafftron able to contest. It looks like maybe Lux Nova is able to get a little bit further of a contest than Tempest Typhoon initially did, but they are able to cap with a minute remaining.
Yeah, that's actually 59 seconds remaining. They got the 1 second courtesy added on to by good old Overwatch 2CP. But yeah, that was a very intense last fight. Lots of ultimates coming out on the side of Tempest Typhoon to just try to blunt force their way onto second point. It was able to work out. But with such a time deficit, it's going to be hard to make something work here. They're going to need a miracle to cap point 1, and I would think an act of God to cap point 2.
Absolutely. And maybe that act of God just happens to be insane coordination. But that can be a big ask in Overwatch, so we'll see. I'm interested about the Bastion pick, though.
Yeah, it worked for them on King's Row. They seem to be running it back, and it will definitely test Tempest's coordination. As much as Lux Nova, they don't get the luxury of the Symmetra TP to get the Bastion out of a sticky situation, so they will have to kind of protect the President here. Both teams electing for a double shield comp. I like the Pharmacy Hanzo on the other side, though, for Tempest.
And I'm interested to see how this works against the Pharah. This could work really well or very poorly. Both teams, though, running the double shield. And Tempest in the past have not run this against Lux Nova, but now they're going to try it their way and see if they're able to make this work. Ryukasim is taking a little bit of damage, but is able to get a lot done. The Pharah is making her way around. Freya, this is not going to be the best spot. Muggly Wumpus goes down early, and as we saw on the last round, that was the deciding factor for a cap from Tempest Typhoon.
Yeah, it looks like Ryukasim is just having a hard time getting into a good position. He's either looking at the front line of the team or he's getting poked behind by the Pharah behind him. And Jab Gamer is able to get another pick here.
Yeah, this is a hard map to get much work done on Bastion with. He is able to take out Kreia, which is instrumental in what you need. But Lemon Pepper helps Panda Bear by pulling out the pistol and taking out the Bastion. Instead, Panda Bear looks like he's alone on point, though. This is going the way of Lux Nova at this point now that everybody's back.
Yeah, I was worried there with Lemon Pepper able to get the res in the face of Lux Nova, but Stafftron able to shut that down immediately. Full hold there. No ticks. Best Tempest can hope for here is a draw, which...
We'll see.
Yeah.
I would expect that this will go the way of Lux Nova. That's my prediction, Xenon. We can write that one in the books. I have seen such good things from Lux Nova on this double shield comp. I would be shocked if they try something much different.
Yeah, and like with such a time bank, you can usually bank on like picking a stupid comp like Sombra Genji Ana and just spend 2 minutes building up EMP Nanoblade and just win the fight. Though they are going to run the Pharah here. And Symmetra Bastion on the side
oh my gosh.
of Tempest Typhoon. They are going to do it better, or hope
Tempest
to,
says,
Lux Nova.
I do not like this, and now we're doing it to you.
Very interesting. Speaking of interesting, May with double shield.
Interesting. I could see it working, May being more of a protect the president right in the back line with the rest of Lux Nova's tanks, making sure nobody can infiltrate. the White House, which in this case would be wherever the Orisa is. I'm interested to see, though, where Tempest Typhoon sets up this Bastion in comparison to Lux Nova. Oh, right about the same place. But now they have a teleporter, and this is huge. Big difference when you have a TP to be able to change positions at will. Ryukasim kind of pushing in, seeing what he can find out. He is able to get through with only some minimal damage, but when you have a Mercy Pocket like that, it makes things much simpler. They're going to use their shields early here and the Maywall to try and get to where they want to be. Good coordination here. It looks like they kind of want to go low ground, push in from underneath those stairs. They do have to get close to this Bastion in a place where he can't really shoot right at them, so they're going to try and swap around. In the meantime, though, Ryukasem is taking this off angle while the rest of his team pushes around, and he's going to make it hard for the Bastion to get much done. Lux Nova, though, pushing right onto the Bastion. This is exactly what they want. They take down... Ooh, Ryukasem gets Dawn Super, but Takety Take goes down from the Bastion. It doesn't look like Lux Nova is able to take him out quick enough, but they are taking out the rest of them.
Oh.
Yikes goes down. Kreia goes down. Now they're getting a res right onto... Oh, big barrage.
Beautiful barrage.
Ryukasem. This is some great fire play from Ryukasem on this map, and this is going to go right to the Lux Nova.
Oh my god, I got worried there with... Immediately, we swap over to the Bastion, we see Orisa standing in front of him like a Terminator. I got scared. I got scared for Tankety Tank, and he went down. But Ryukasem, again, just able to pick up the scraps, whereas Tempest Typhoon just overcommits on the front line. Ryukasem just able to just keep picking out these beautiful random picks, barrages, just every fight. It is insane.
It is insane. He's been able to really push himself right into the back line, catch somebody out of position while they're moving around. And it's worked out so well for them. To me, it looks like with Lux Nova, if you're able to let Ryukasem pop off, it works so well in their favor. That is going to win them games. Coordination and allowing your players to pop off.
Yeah, but you still can't underestimate Stafftron. Stafftron's showing that he is a proper second to Ryukasem, able to pick it up when he needs to. But that means
when
we're going
Lux
to a
Nova
map
has
5
it
here.
together, they look amazing. And like you said, Xenon, sorry to interrupt there. We are going to our map 5, which is going to be Busan. Looks like this could be our last map, if I'm counting correctly. Okay, we are 2-2 right now on the scoreboard. Busan being our last map here. This could go either way, Xenon. Both teams have looked great.
Yeah, even the first, Ilias looked very back and forth. I am excited to see the different looks of teams here. If Lux Nova will try to stick with the double shield throughout, or if they'll bring out a new Brawl or even a Bastion on Mecha.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide. And if I remember correctly, and I do, this is exactly when Juggle God gets back. They do throw in Juggle God, so out for Tankety Tank. Now we've got Juggle God and Crispy on the side of Lux Nova, playing for your tank line here. Everything else seems to be the same here in terms of players.
Yeah, Kreia on this Doomfist.
Yeah. Doomfist is going to be a great pick on this map. Lots of small hallways, rooms, and an open space for him to move around as needed. So I would like to see how Lux Nova is able to counter this Doomfist and how much work he's going to end up getting done.
Especially in the face of Dismay.
Yeah, and we've already got Jab Gamer flanking in the back. Does get out. But Kreia's going right in, does find a very nice punch right onto Mugglywump's face that goes smack into the wall and down, back into the spawn room. Immortality Field comes out, but it's not enough. Kreia's already in the team, pushing Lux Nova back. Juggle God looking low here, and he's going to come right back in, but nice Maywall. Beautiful Maywall from Ryukasim to deny that punch from Kreia.
Yeah, it's getting very scary for Lux Nova here, getting very low on the HP.
Yeah, they're going to have to manage both the front line and the Doomfist, pushing in from whatever direction he feels like. And as he's back in, they can't kill him just yet because he's got his ultimate. Meteor Strike comes out, and the rest of Tempest Typhoon just pushes right in and destroys the rest of Lux Nova while they are wondering where is Kreia going to land.
Yeah, it was such a dominant showing at the end of that fight. They were able to cap the point and still clean up Lux Nova. They have to find an answer for this Doomfist. He is always going to be on a side angle, always going to be a thorn in their side. Krea's not going to go away anytime soon.
Absolutely not. This is the bread and butter right now for any Doomfist main. Window comes out. It's going to push them instead. Lux Nova is going to cycle around and push on the backside at this point and face them here. If you have a shatter from Jungle God, catches 4? Big shatter there. And a very nice bomb to follow up and a mech kill onto Krea. Maybe that's the answer. You know, it was an attempt, Jab Gamer, at the Death Blossom. Your team was already down, and Peya may able to get Han, but this is already a fight win for Lux Nova.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shatter to start it off by Jungle God, and a beautiful bomb by Crispy to follow it up. Got worried there as soon as Yikes followed up, but big May wall in the choke.
Absolutely. Immortality Field comes out. We've got the freeze. It does look like that'll come right out. But Doomfist is able to get staff drawn before the May freeze hits. They're not really going to catch out anybody from Tempest Typhoon as they're able to beat and speed away in time to get work done. Jungle God does go down, as does Muggly So when you're down your main tank and your main support, that is a hard fight to win. Are they going to be able to take out Jab Gamer? No. Han goes down instead. And this is already a fight gone to Tempest Typhoon.
Yeah, he hits him with a Moo. Peya was actually able to back cap there.
Oh, massive back cap actually, because this is given the point to Lux Nova.
Absolutely.
And, you know, funny number from Tempest Typhoon. Unfortunately, even though that was a fight win for them, with Peya's back cap, with Crispy's back cap, they're able to continue to hold it. Cheatery.
I think having the Zarya away from the team fight got them the point, but didn't actually help them win the team fight. And that's why Tempest Typhoon was able to drop that.
Oh, Jab Gamer. I believe that was Saptron actually pulled out the Death Blossom, but immediately gets killed by Jab Gamer, who is in turn going to use his Death Blossom. But Crispy with the nice DM keeps most of the damage from doing much work. Tempest Typhoon takes the point as Lemon Pepper is able to get the Lucio duel off and kill Muggly Wumps. And now, this is finally a Tempest Typhoon win.
Yeah, we've got Crispy demeched here. Very unfortunate position for him. He might have to walk back to spawn or just try to grind out the last 20% of his mech. Looks like he'll just be able to get it.
Yeah, just getting the mech, but the big shatter comes out, hits 3. They've already got 2 down here, and no immortality field. Yikes is on point with Staftron, who is just trying to keep this point from counting down for a round win, but that's it. Tempest Typhoon with a nice hold here.
Yeah, it was looking shaky by Tempest in the middle there, but they were able to finally clean it up at the end and get the first round. Now it is up to Lux Nova to respawn, or the series will go over to Tempest.
And I'm interested to see if they pull out this double shield again. I realize that Lux Nova has put in Juggle God, who usually is not part of the double shield comp that Lux usually plays. So right now they're on this ball comp. We could expect to see this like hybrid dive here instead.
Yeah, both sides running this ball diva, and Ana looks like they're gonna Lux Nova is going to go with a Sombra Echo.
Very interesting comp here. This could work really well. You've got Muggly Wumps on the brig, who's able to throw his health packs over to Staftron in the air. You don't necessarily need a Mercy to make this work.
Yeah, and Han, his ability to hit anti-nades was shown on Ilios. See if he can do that again here on Busan.
Absolutely. Staftron going right after, I believe it was Jab Gamer. Yep, and does take him out. Very nice echo play there from Staftron, and great follow-up and support from Han. Right now, Lux Nova is looking like it's in their favor, but are they going to be able to get enough work done quick enough? Because the respawn timer only lasts so long. Peya, though, does take out Juggle God, as both teams now are playing this ball hybrid dive comp. Staftron, unfortunately, looking too high in the sky, doesn't notice he's got 2 tanks on his back, and Jab Gamer able to follow up as well.
Yeah, the spawns coming in. Yeah, the spawns coming in from Tempest were too much for Lux Nova to deal with, and the first cap will go over to Tempest.
Yeah, and you know, if you're gonna have these hybrid ball comps, you really need to see things happen faster. This whole team
Yeah.
is about mobility and speed and getting to where you need to go and killing things quickly. And if you can't do it faster than the other team, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, Jungle God, it's very important for him to coordinate with Ryukasim to try to get backline picks, but I'm looking... You can really only do that on Don Super. Everyone else is fairly hard to dive on the side of Tempest.
Yeah, we're on to Crispy now, who's looking right at this Pharah from Kreia, who has no Mercy Pocket right now, does go down. Very nice pick. Don't let the Mercy get too close. That Mercy's gonna res Crispy. He does walk away. I'm interested to see if Lemon Pepper decides to go for it. It doesn't look like they will. Juggle God, mine's on point, making sure that Tempest Typhoon isn't able to really contest as they try and cap, but it looks like Yikes has a bomb. Had a bomb. I'm not sure if it was used just a second ago and I missed it, but Kaya has the better minds, right, to follow and takes out 2 from Lux Nova as they will back up. And then a barrage to follow.
Cleanup barrage there. Not sure if it was entirely necessary, but it does clean up Muggly Wumps. But Lux Nova will come back in with 4 ults. The EMP is what I'm going to be looking at, seeing what they combo with it. Oh! He gets squished by Yikes.
Ryukasim, you cannot walk into the remeching Diva. Scary, angry damage. Ooh. Unfortunate pick. They had the EMP. They'll have to wait a bit. We see the dive come out. This is more traditional dive now from Lux Nova. And a duplicate from Staftron right onto Diva. Now they've got 2 Divas in the game. This is a scary comp to play against. You're gonna have 2 bombs back to back. There's the next one. Beautiful coordination from Lux Nova. Able to catch out here, but unfortunately Staftron gets immediately slept from Don Super, who's only got 43% on his health.
Freya.
Is he able to get the kill before Don Super is able to take him out? No. Don Super takes him out, and unfortunately, Kreia, right in the skies, is following up with the rest of his team. Ooh! Muggly Wumps used the rally, and unfortunately it gets canceled by Kreia, who takes him out immediately. And this is going right back to Tempest Typhoon. EMP comes out. We do have members of Lux Nova here, though.
Yeah, this is...
Jugglebot, though, just spinning to win, just trying to touch.
Yeah. This is just looking like stalls.
Yeah, this is absolutely stalls. Lux Nova trying to get all their ults out, and they do, but unfortunately, it's not enough. Mines come out onto point, and this is going to be a map win for Tempest Typhoon and a series win.
Yeah, that was a very clean round by Tempest Typhoon at the end. They, I think, found their rhythm, found out how to deal with Lux Nova there, and just got to work. Kreia on that Pharah, and even Don Super in the backline with Ana just absolutely doing a wonderful job keeping himself and his tanks alive.
Yeah, and you know, this was probably the closest thing to a roll we saw all evening, with the exception of some full holds from Havana and Kings Row. Tempest Typhoon looked really strong here, especially against the dive hybrid with Ball.
Well, I believe we get to choose a map MVP or a match MVP here, and
We absolutely do.
I'd have to say my vote goes towards Don Super, actually.
Okay, yeah, Don Super looked great. I think I'm gonna have to go with Kreia here. This
Kreia
Pharah
put up...
play was really instrumental for Tempest Typhoon, especially on this last round and this last map. He was able to really get a lot of work done, really follow up with his team in situations that necessarily didn't feel winnable to Lux Nova.
Yeah, absolutely. Kreia absolutely has that clutch factor on Tempest Typhoon, and put up a great showing today. Everyone on both sides put up excellent showings.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to go to a short break here right before our interview with Kreia, player of the match. And we'll see you soon while we ask some fun questions.
And we are back, joined by Kreia, the star DPS for Tempest Typhoon. How are you doing, Kreia?
Doing well. Doing well. No, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Um, I would like to ask, starting the series off, picking up the first two maps,
Yep.
how did it feel to then drop two maps to this seemingly reinvigorated Lux Nova, and how did you kind of work through that going into Busan?
Yeah, that got into our heads. I mean, it was a great way to kind of shake things up, and we haven't faced that comp before. I mean, I've actually done that before on Kings Row. Lemon and I have done that before on Fire Nation, but at least for us, we never faced that. So we just we had to really just tough it out. Figured it out, but then we felt good on control. So we thought that, control when Busan comes, I think we're gonna get this back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the map wins really reflect that as well.
Yeah.
So Kreia, tell me, what was the biggest surprise here for you guys? Was there anything that was extremely challenging in this series?
I mean, beyond le- beyond the two losses, I think there wasn't much else that was challenging. I think we need to do a lot more work with our rotations on Brawl, but beyond that, I think we were feeling good on dive. I mean, uh, Ilios looked really good for us. Havana, that was quite an experience. It was pretty cool to have that full hold. Um, but then yeah, the Bastion comps, it was just figuring it out. We couldn't. Props to them. Props to Lux for that. But
Mhm.
just tough it out and then stay steady, stay level headed.
Yeah, and it's very easy to end up with your mental
Oh
down in
yeah,
the dumps and then end up just letting the team run all over you. And you guys showed that you were able to really come back strong and
yeah.
push through. Xenon, what you got?
I don't have anything else aside from, do you have any shout outs you would like to make, Kreia?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just shout out to the team. Everybody did really well. To Brennan, who's been the team manager for much longer than I've been on the team, and we've been playing pharmacy together for a long time. So when she's there, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna smoke people. Um, and also I want to give a shout out to my wife who supports me and playing with the team and all that, and not getting too mad when I'm shouting at 11 p.m.
That's that's a very good trait to have.
I'm so glad for you. That is a great situation. I understand.
Yeah,
But thanks again, Kreia. This is our player of the match for the Hyperion Invitational Cup, with Tempest Typhoon taking against Lux Nova a 3-2 win. Congrats again, Tempest Typhoon, and we'll see you next time.
thank you.